Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of my Pillars of Eternity Let's Play. Previous episode I started exploring the Sanatorium and I found out that I should talk with Graham, who is in the North Ward, but Kedman Azo is the only one with access. I did talk to him briefly, but you know, that was a week ago. So let's check the options again. A round face, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upwards slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls. Oh, lovely.
What is the meaning of this?
Oi. Ethelomir told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiment. That is true. I hear you were demoted. How did it happen? Not the best thing to say to someone for the first time. I'd like access to the northward, straightforward. I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. I've already talked to the quote-unquote expert. So let's go with northward because that's what I'm interested in. Out of the questions, those patients are in isolation for a reason. Perception. Finally, I can use some of my attributes, definitely. Your forehead seems damp all of a sudden. Perhaps I should discuss your insubordination with the head warden.
You smug cretin.
Lovely.
How dare you come down here and meddle? You have no idea the importance of my research.
Really, you want to make me like you? He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger, a growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his
Fine.
face.
Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Okay. And now I have the key. Good. If still tell me what happened with your great experiment thing. That's none of your concern. Oh. Did one of the others put you up to this? No, not at all. Things went wrong. I don't know how. I'll never know. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna let you be for now.
Got it.
I couldn't open that. Can I open that? Oh, I can open
This
that.
won't stop me for long.
It's not stealing if I unlock, right?
There! Done!
Oh, and I have a level up. I should, Blade Golem. Light armor. Alright. Let's level up those fine people. I thought I did that. But then I also remember I was in a hurry when I finished the episode. Okay, let's have some lore. And that's it. Next. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did choose. Damn it, I didn't save properly, I guess. That looks interesting. It has a radius. But arcane dampener, that could be good though. Draining touch. I don't like using touch spells with him because then he just stays there in the middle of the fight. Minor blights. Nah. Repulsive visage. Yep, I like that. They come too close to me. Alright. Utility, fast runner, all these, one binding. That's kind of useful, however, for him, I really need him to have all kinds of abilities he can use per encounter. So so he can be reasonably efficient even without casting spells. Arcane Veil, Protective Shield of Magic. Why not? Penetrating Blast. Okay, that's it's a passive. Why not? Extra first level spell, why not? Acolyte Radiance. One per encounter. That's kind of good, especially if the fight is long, I guess. Aspirant Mark. I believe that's the one I gave my character. I don't want you to focus. I don't know. I don't want you to go frenzy. I mean, that's not his style. Someone else's style, maybe. I don't want to summon. That could be good. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, done. You want some lore as well. Lots and lots of things, but also I want him to have abilities he can use when he doesn't have any spells. Inspiring Radiance, but you have that already. Oh, I see, I can improve his Radiance spell, that's good. I like that one. Inspired Flame. Grants lesser burst of summer flame, one per rest. Why not? One per encounter, like that. Next. Done. And Sagani. She has loads of survival already. Enough athletics. I think I'll give her some. Vicious Companion. Oh, it's nothing like vicious or merciless. Which one? Extra damage or extra damage and bypass? Yeah, let's go with that. Done. Alright. Let's go to the North Ward, shall we? That should be... I think that was here. Kinda. Oh yeah, you thought you were so smart. Okay, good. That's the one. Okay. Let's talk to Gran. Or let's talk to the doors. This is my face, tell me. Okay. Sure. This is Graham. This man has the look in his eyes of a hunted animal, and at your approach he staggers backwards to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the wall if it would get him farther away from you. He cries out, a bizarre primal utterance like nothing you have ever heard. You can't hide from me. No, he seems terrified enough. Hopefully he'll talk. I need to ask you some questions. Grams looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He opened his mouth to speak, but the words that come out are half-formed, as though his tongue were cut out. They are impossible for you to discern, if indeed they are words at all. I have to use my, skill on him. Those animances did this to him. You can see what comes of their meddling. Freyo said you were being treated by Kenman Azo. There are things I need to know from you. I'm going to learn them where... No, I don't want to threaten him. Perception, you're afraid. Do certain visitors make you afraid? Well, let's go with that. He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell, and as he does so, for the first time, you can perceive his soul within your ken. There we go. It is misshapen as though maimed by some jagged instruments, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into Graham's soul. Damn it, I want to, especially since he cannot speak. But then, if he's been, if he's had a soul lobotomy kind of thing, I don't want to make him feel violated some more. Oh, but knowing the game, if I leave him be, maybe I'm not gonna have a second chance. No, wait, this is the main quest. That there will have to be another way. I'm gonna try the gentle approach and leave him be. I hope I'm not going to regret that. Okay. Does nothing. Let's try again. Okay, I'll do it. Please don't freak out. You project out towards the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisks you into its depths. You're in your cell, a key turns, the door creaks open on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a rotten, balding man. His upper teeth and pointy nose remind you of a rat. He becomes apologetic. You don't want to go. Anything else. In your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, cornered. You cry out. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room, carrying a lit candle, its meager flame casting long shadows across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw material. They dismantled his work and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob and you feel yourself begin to crack from within, and you can feel pieces of you torn away, like having your inside chewed by a horde of rats, and you are screaming a scream you can barely hear. This is hard to read. Continue. I don't wanna now, but I have to. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through a slit in your door. The flesh giant, the artificial being just outside but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. Graham looks at you, still wild-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. I don't know what to make of that. Pelagina, do you have some insight? As you regain awareness of what's happening around you, you realize that your head is in Pelagina's feather's hands. Oh. Her golden eyes are peering into your own, as though she is trying to catch a glimpse of activity lurking in the depth. As she sees your eyes respond, she wobbles your head a little and gives you a light slap. Letting go and stepping back, she regards you with concern. Everything going all right in there? I hope so. Speak to the patient at the end of the hall. Okay, sure, I'll do that. I'm just gonna speak to everyone. Thundering sky, rain of blood, innocent must drown. That's really not lovely. That probably is the one I need to talk to. I'm
on
not
the trail.
searching anything. But then, so slow. Let's talk. A scream. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the center of his cell, gawking and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead. The occasional blink his only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barrier between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish it. Well, yes. You close your eyes and edge forward towards the boy's soul. And as you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath. as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. Oops. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanatorium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stop every time. The misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is closed, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless in a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in this new vessel you are strong again. Uh-oh. You step heavy-footed down corridors, unheeded by the other construct and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers, and the perverse implement of animancy. You set your oversized hands upon the large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd, stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. So, that soul ruined the experiment of Azo. A balding man with the rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you have tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl. But this body is not your own. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the others. This one has no soul of its own. The man speaks, and the crowd applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. "Bear witness," he says, as he pulls the lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow, but the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along a length of copper wiring that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting and playing puppeteers for Holborn. But you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. "Behold," he says. There is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a plodding step forward, then another and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Holborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. "How do you feel?" he asks, at a volume meant for the crowd. And this is the moment. At the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down onto the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panic screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied? You depart the corpse in search for another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in Animancy now? You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising and calculating. There is no mistaking now that it is the soul of a man who caused your awakening that gazes out from that borrowed husk. A watcher. You made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it, or I believe we share a common past. I'm looking for answers, or not just a watcher, someone who'll break those frail little leg of yours if you don't do exactly what I tell you. No, I'm gonna go with number 2. Right now, I want answers. I don't know what motivated the soul to do what it did. We'll see. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems for that moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look, your hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at you. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. It will help you. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards with a startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Oh, great. Then suddenly he slumps forward. What? What? Okay. He's jumping from body to body, I assume. Or is he going to control all 3 of them? Oh, not just all 3 of them. He's going to control everything in there. Oh no, I don't want to kill everyone in there. No! Why would you make me do this? I don't want to kill the patients. Grace or not grace, Graham has suffered enough. Okay, you go there. I'm not even in the good. You stay where you are. You've learned a few things. As parent marks, the character has attuned themselves to da-da-da. Yes, what does it do? Increase the deflection and reflex. Okay, I like that. And it has... yeah, not bad. You do that as usual. You're here, you can stay here for now. Sorry, Graham. I really, really am sorry. Pelagina, I don't know her skills very well just yet. Flames of Devotion, 2 per encounter. Yep, she definitely wants that. Can she do that for other people's weapons? Apparently she can't do it in someone else's. Well, he can use the extra firepower.
Thank goodness.
Graham is dead. Sorry. Really, everybody's done casting their spells? Not quite. not happy killing space stations. Not happy at all. Itumak is taking a beating. He was the only one that was available right now. Edelman, I'm sorry I'm killing all of you people. Only 2 songs going at the same time. Please step back just a little bit. Thank you. So, what interesting spells do I have? Delay of motions. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. Let's slow them down. That's new as well. Interdiction. Dazing any enemies in the area of effect. But I'm not going to... Oh, wow, that's a large area of effect too. For now, just cast your spells. Make sure my melee characters are doing alright. And once they're not slowed anymore. Alright. Then we'll daze them. I don't know if there was a way to not make them all go crazy and attack me. I'm guessing not. I'm hoping not. To be perfectly fair. And you can cast a spell. Well done, Batixa. What spell am I casting? I don't know the icon. Pallegina is taking a beating. They were immune. Okay, please help Pallegina. She is in a bit of trouble. Oh. Area. Brilliant. So Adair is going to benefit from it. Increased patient. Get out of there. Injured, badly injured, barely injured. Let's finish this one off, please. Thank you. And then this one. Good. And then that one.
That's it! Gotcha!
Didn't I cast that? Or maybe I said, yeah, go ahead, cast it, and I just told him to move or something. Okay.
That's not
Alright, Sagani feels better, everybody feels better. Let's finish them off. Badly injured. There. Endurance, how about you get out of the way? Look at you.
Let's burn this away!
Okay. Ooh. My weapon has finally leveled up. So from now on I need to do some damage to dazed enemies or 1,500 damage. Okay. Alright, brilliant. Oh, and Pelagina leveled up as well. Let's see what a paladin can do. I have no idea. Oh, she looks just gorgeous. Amazing. Alright. She is very athletic, so I'd like her to have some survival. So she can have bonuses like everybody else. Alright, so for her class she can have a greater lay on hand. And that is going to help with the endurance. Wait, I don't even know what sort of weapon focus she has. If she has any, she should have one. Previous. Can I exit? And it's not gonna do anything normally. Yep. I want to cancel it.
I'm ready.
Let's see what you have for now. So skills, she has second wind, sure, she can use some scrolls. She cannot disarm anything. She have boots of evasion. Right. Abilities. Okay, she has soldier. Meaning she's good with great swords, that's what she's got equipped. Alright, so no need to give her another weapon focus for now, at the very least. Critical focus. Plus 5% of hits are converted to crits. Could be good. The yellow Vidioro. Swift victory. I like the sound of that. Attack speed, let's go with that. Okay, well that was quick. Let's quick save.
I'm ready.
And then loot everything.
I'm ready.
What's that? Vessel flesh. Oh goody.
Good. Slowly now.
Yes, everybody slowly now. You never know. Wow. The chain groans with added weight. Crescent bites mark. Pit the edge. Okay. Please, no one else attack me. Please, please, please. Let's go back and talk to... I said please, 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 though.
Wait.
That's it!
Dead on!
So, everyone is an enemy now. That is such a shame.
Hey.
Dead on!
I wish I didn't have to kill them.
All right then.
Okay, at least it's one at a time, so...
Hey,
I should
Puedes decirme Smithum.
Let's collect more flesh. You never
All
know
right,
when you
then.
need flesh. Trying to make my way back to Azul. Yeah. hasn't been killed. Hopefully he's hiding in a corner or something. Let's talk, you and I. I don't have time for this. Alright. Half of the patients and all the golems have gone crazy. I have some info on how your experiment was completely ruined and you don't want to hear about it. Fine. Fine. I would have thought he'd be happy to know that it's not anything he did, that his research was solid and that it should have worked.
Hey.
Puedes irme mito.
This one, okay, nice.
Dead on.
You, get out of the way. Thank you.
That's it! Fine.
Okay. Checking my journal. I did not subdue anyone, really. At least I found the spy. Ooh, a patient that's not crazy. You're getting out of here. That's the right idea, honestly. Well, I've done basically nothing so far, but I feel exhausted. The story is just so heavy, like the pain that's in there, and let's talk to the warden. Oh, I was gonna talk to you, no need to be all snappy. What the blazes happened down there? You were given permission to ask questions, and I did. That's the one I want. I don't want to make Azul's life worse. I feel sorry for the guy, really. So it's complicated. A patient of yours, Uskrim, was working for the Leaden Key, only without knowing it. You finish your explanation, and Ethelmore breaks his silence. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you describe. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was here among us, plotting our ruin, would that I had a body again and could be of some real use in our time of need? I fear what the future may hold for this place. I am grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there were loss of innocent life. We very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What of Azo? What part did his experience play in the catastrophe? Well, I'm gonna go with number 2. I mean, yeah. The Leaden Key would have found a way to interfere with the Sanitarium. They would have. I mean, apparently they've been at it for a long time and they're very well organized. So number 2. Your half answer suggests a bias, but it also suggests it's as close to the truth as I'll get from you. Kedman will remain here, but he will be monitored, and under no circumstances will he have access to any equipment. That's wise. Especially if he's going to chip pieces of souls from poor patients. Okay. Well, that was educational, to say the least. Let's try and find Hadrit House, so I can help that ex-knight recover his family armor. Thaos Dominil, Raymond Manor. We go back to the Copper Lane. Copper Lane, I do need to go back to the sewers, the catacombs. Charred Barrel, Hunter's Gift, Hadred's House. Okay.
Gods
Let
keep
me.
you.
You have a message from me, sure. You are summoned to Hadred House. Well, what do you know? I was going there. Lady Webb wishes to meet you as soon as possible. Not much you can do in these parts without Lady Webb knowing about it. At least that's what I'd always heard. Guess it's true. Where did you know where to find me? Tell me about Lady da-da-da. Where can I find? I know where to find it. Thank you. Tell me about Lady Webb. Do you not know Lady Webb? She's, well, no one's seen her exactly in a long time, but she's the mistress of Dunrid Row. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. He poses, eyeing passerby with suspicion. Quietly he continues. She's supposed to be old, older than anybody, and she never leaves her room. Some say she's wasted away, and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. She's still at it, best anyone can tell, learning things, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne too, it's said. Has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country, before you go asking the gods for forgiveness, best you ask Lady Webb first. Okay? What's Dunrid Row? Yes, that's a good question. A whole mess of ciphers run out of Hadred House. They make it their business to keep the peace, but they don't like you to see them do it. Problems in this city have a way of going away on their own, and when that happens, you can make a pretty good guess as to why. Alright, I'll go. Especially if it means I can get a cipher companion. I want to see what ciphers can do. Wow, they're not gonna give me a break, are they? Okay. Older robed man, I know you. As you near the apparition, you are overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides nevertheless. The apparition's brow stands a look of concern plain across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
My mind has been elsewhere, or they lie. My mind has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
Forgive me, Eminence. I wish to leave the Order. Oh. Just like that. Well, I'm gonna go with number 1 then. The man folds his finger together and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
The people we intend to convert, they committed unspeakable acts, sacrifices, mutilations, or my family has not taken my new faith well and no longer speak to me. I've done something unforgivable. We were attacked on my last mission. Really, number 5, I'm not fine with the idea of converting anyone to anything against their will, but I've done something unforgivable? I don't think so. I was attacked on my last mission. That's a bit cowardly if you've been attacked once and then you just... Okay, I'm gonna go with number 1, so maybe he's gonna tell me more about the people we intend to convert and what that means anyway. The apparition exhales slowly and its lips press together, a sympathetic report in its eyes. It places its hand on your shoulder.
These are the ways of the heathen world.
Surely the gods would do better to destroy us and start anew. Well, my soul has seen and done some funny things with interesting ideas. The man chuckles.
Perhaps they would. It may come to that one day. This is why we must not fail. The heathens are beyond the gods' reach. They do not know better. We are tasked with delivering them to the gods, so that the gods may heal their souls.
Is such a thing possible?
I have seen it with my own eyes. You will see it too, if you choose to remain.
I'd rather not.
There is no greater calling than the one we have chosen. Neither words, nor wealth, nor battle will end this suffering. Only the gods. Will you give them that chance?
I will. I wish I could say I won't. But fair enough, the knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once, and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely, something warm and soothing, and it is something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of the many odd looks aimed in your direction. Your last response echoes in your mind. I will. Any witty comment about me looking weird? No? Alright. Let's go see Lady Webb, unless someone else wants to interrupt me. Alright. Lots of agents. A link, yes, I'm certain of it. Hello, Corin.
How do you do?
The old man is surrounded by books and scrolls. His wiry hair stands nearly on end, and his ears prick up as you approach. You carry whispers, cat noir, gilded veil, old voices indeed. I am not a cipher, I don't know what to say. What are you talking about? Oh, how did you know? What are you talking about? I'm neither agreeing nor denying. The Orlan grins, revealing a row of dagger-pointed teeth. As a cipher, it's my job to know these things. You carry the whiff of ancients. What else can you tell me? Not as much as I would like, unfortunately. My duties for Lady Webb require me to focus my talent elsewhere. And he looks at the scrolls. What brings you to Dunrid Row? Well, I've been summoned. Oh, yes, that's also the reason why I was coming here. So let's go deal with that. He holds the page but seems to stare through the words as if something woven in the fabric of the paper. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry and hands moist when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Adrian general, one who'd fought against Hadrid's rebellion. Interesting. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. But I've no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander Cleaver and show him the seal. If he compares it with others, he should be able to spot the difference. Okay, that's done. Doom a man for the soul the gods gave him seems rather unfair. And I agree. I don't like that, the knights are going to judge a man by the soul of previous lives. However, Penhelm was very unpleasant. So, tell me more about your skills. I'm a little curious about your skills, to be honest. I check for soul connections, looking for lost things, missing things, or troublesome things, particularly where people of power and influence are concerned. I am a cipher. In Air Glanfarth, we were once known as that. Mindhunters, thank you. Nice title, yes, but it wasn't until the Animenses began working with my kind 40 years ago that we truly understood our power. Now, we make some of the best detectives in the world, tracing souls. We can look at a person and see where they have been, or look at a weapon and see who has touched it. Useful for solving crimes, as you can imagine. It looks as though you could use some help. Well, might as well get a quest. So many secrets and trails in this city. You have to but turn a corner to find a fresh trace of something stolen or someone missing. Unfortunately, we haven't the time to investigate them all. Yeah, I'm still looking for a little boy, by the way. I am supposed to be working on other matters, but my mind still lingers on a few recent cases. Curse of a cipher to be ruled by the whims of curiosity. Tell me about these cases. One case or three, depending on how you look at it. He taps his closed fingers together. 3 weeks, and a disappearance at the end of each. Some might call it coincidence, I call it a clue. Lady Webb knows you, trusts you, so I shall trust you too, so long as our interests are aligned. I'll look into it. Just like one of those Valiant whodunits. It's just like, okay. Read a few of those on the road, helps pass the time. Copper Lane, Andrews Gift, and Brackenbury, of course, to talk to the ones who reported the disappearances. The only ones who know enough to care. Laura, Oli, and Elkga. Who's missing? 2 men, 1 woman, Landry, Kendall, and Cora. Tell me about Landry. Best to ask Oli. Seems they're trying together at the Salty Master in Andrews Gift. Also seems that no one else knew him well enough to miss him. Okay. Reported missing by Elga, a dwarf who carried traces of fine wine and young dandies. Plenty of time and money to spend on her pleasures to Brackenbury, okay? And Cora? Sister of Laura, one of the merchants in the Copper Lane Bazaar. Not the kind of person who would just disappear, it seems. Did you find any lead? Not yet. No obvious connection between the victims, which is what makes me wonder so. Could be animancy related. Researchers always need subjects, the less scrupulous types in particular. Seems too risky for the Sanatorium, but one never knows. But I was there. Okay, talk first to the people who reported our victims missing. Mayhap you will catch something I missed. Alright, I'll let you know. So, Lady Webb knows me. That's nice. She trusts me. That's even nicer. Except I still haven't met her. Okay, apparently nothing here. But stealing fine, I'm not taking anything. Let's go up. I will sneak in front of everyone later to see if there were some secrets I missed. Agents everywhere. Oh, Lady Webb will see you soon. Like now. Oh, there she is. This woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age, a gossamer veil over pale blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dot and stripes her hands like a quilt patterned after some great, indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aothis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
It seems Dunwood royal spies live up to their reputation.
And
indeed.
this fiasco in the Sanatorium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
There's someone I need to find. I'm investigating a strange group. I'm gonna go with number 2. I mean, she seems to have lots of information.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason. You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the leaden key?
One of their members cursed my soul to awaken. I need to reverse it. I don't know yet that I need to reverse it. To be honest, I ran across a man in one of the ruins. It's important that I find him again. Yeah, that sounds more like it. She closes her eyes, and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still, and her mouth parts, little more than a sliver, and her hand briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground. The pages wafting around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back, and her gaze is immediately upon you.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Thaos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
Okay. I got a feeling if I had lied to her, she would have known. It's a good thing I don't lie. How do you know I seek Thaos? What can you tell me about him? What else is there to know? Well, tell me about him and then the leaden key.
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The leaden key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Thaos was the one who created it. What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man, awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism. That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity. He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
How do you know so much about him?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Thaos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
Okay, what else is there to know about the leaden
Precious
key?
little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal. Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
Okay. Tell me what you want from me.
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you. Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Thaos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Sounds fair. I agree.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
Alright, already there is something I can tell you about the Leaden Keys operation. Fine.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Thaos in Brackenbury Sanatorium impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public opinion of animancy.
Forgive me, it is unlike Thaos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
Oh well.
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
Lovely.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
Okay, thank you. That's,
Try your best not to die out there.
will do. Whew, well, that was quite a bit of progress. Alright. There's only one thing left for me to do in Brackenbury. I'm gonna go back to the inn, talk to, I forgot who, but I'll find the person. That is, if I don't get multiple interruptions as I leave. Isn't that the way out? Okay. For your viewing pleasure, a beautiful load screen. Ah. That looks like interruption, doesn't it? Who are you? Oh, Penhelm. Oh, hello, Penhelm. I was gonna go back to you, so I suppose we're gonna talk.
Hey,
It's just, I don't want to trigger anything just yet.
how may I
so
help?
Go away.
Hmm?
Go away.
I'm ready.
Come forward.
Ready, Watcher.
Go back a little bit. Come forward. There we go. Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiate told me he'd seen someone in the records room. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. Cheer up. You always thought you were someone special. Soon everyone will know you are. You're right, take it. No. No. What does this mean to you? I'm gonna go with number 1. Hoping to get the option to trade the armor. Are you serious? This is my career. I've labored years for it, and it all hangs on some coincidence of a past life. Any Darwoodian, rich or poor, can aspire to a position in the Crucible Knights. Anyone can rise to the ranks of high justice, except for those of us born with the wrong soul. Tell me how that's reasonable. It is not reasonable. But I can't blackmail him. I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna tell him to cheer up. Either way, yes, that's how it ends. So the way I get this armor back is by taking it off his back. Okay. I don't want to lay on hand. Flame of devotion. Let's make you deadlier. I'm not in the fight just yet. I am. There we go.
Yes.
Alright. Everybody just calm down for a second. You don't want to do anything to my spellcaster. In fact, you don't want to do anything to any of my spellcasters.
How may I help?
Get out of there. Damn. Get out of there. Elos, get out of there. You're stuck.
Dead on! Ha!
Alright. You keep on running.
Got him!
Which one was it? Yeah. Let's slow you down for a second. You hang in there. Okay, actually, while you do that, get dazed. All of you. Endurance, you finish your ability. Can you get out of there? Cannot. I'm sorry. They just decided to hate you and now they're going for my spellcaster. No!
Dead on!
Okay, do we have your attention now? Damn it! They really are quite persistent. Fortunately, I can now sing. Like so. And Kanai's gone, so Kanai's not gonna sing. Let's try that spell with the horrible face thing. Oh, I haven't learnt it yet. I didn't put it in my grimoire. That's a shame.
More.
I'm gonna lose him, aren't I? And now what? Who are you going to target? That is ridiculous. Except, you see, I am not as weak as Elos. So I gotta back up a little bit. Okay, help me out with this one. And you guys just finish cleaning there.
I'm here.
The they're almost fighting smart. Another one.
Dead on!
Okay. This is not how I wanted things to end up. I was going for some, you know, blackmail. Oof. That was, yeah. Sorry guys, you're injured, but we're going to the inn. I'm collecting so much rubbish from everyone. Okay, I have the armor. That's good. Let's go to the inn, talk to the guy who reported the disappearance, and then rest. That was a hard day's work. Just talking to crazed people, fighting crazed people.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Party, get gathered. Thank you. Okay. Understudy, not the person I'm looking for. Victor, I don't remember that name. Alright.
Hello.
Hello, indeed. I want another menu. I want a place to sleep. Oh yeah. I'm still rich. I'm still rich. Let's go for the better one. Rest. And there you go. That is a good way to end the episode. Did quite a bit of progress on the main quest. Happy with that. Everybody is healthy again. Meaning next week I'll be ready to head out. Well, I'm hoping to Heritage Hill, because I have a few quests over there. But, you know, plans and actual gameplay, they don't always overlap. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Bye bye!